Welcome to this 2-week reading. Instead of a week reading, I'm not going to be available next week. So I'm doing a 2-week reading all at once, though this will not be a large reading. This will be from October 29th to November 12th. All right, so let's get started. We are entering retrograde on Halloween. The shadow of the retrograde is already being felt by a lot of people. There is a lot of people that are really emotional right now and having a hard time. Happy Halloween, by the way. It's coming up Thursday. And it's perfectly natural right now to be feeling a lot of emotions, a lot of what's going on. We are in the new moon cycle of October, and that is in Scorpio, as well as being in the sun sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign, so it makes everybody feel more emotional when it's the new moon and new beginnings, the retrograde in the shadow, and then being in both places at once can make people feel really emotional. One thing I will tell you is I warn you, don't break up with anybody right now. If you still want to break up with them after the retrograde is over, near the end of November, then, do it then, but wait until the retrograde is past. And do not get back together with any exes, especially exes that didn't treat you very good way before this retrograde. So starting things like that is not good. Relationships are very highlighted right now. I'm not talking about the rest of your plans if you want to get engaged and stuff like that. Whatever, that's okay. But as for like breakups and getting back together with old exes and things like that, not a great idea. So I'm just shuffling the cards. Everybody's going to be okay. This retrograde will not, and I repeat, will not be like July's retrograde, which was pretty freaking horrific. Okay? That retrograde, interesting, it was in the first water sign, the crab, and now it is in the second water sign, Scorpio, just about the same time, too. This time, there will not be the intensity that there was before. What is really going on here is there's going to be a lot of unfinished business and a lot of truth coming out during this retrograde. So you'll see a lot of truth, and you'll see a lot of stuff that you needed to see coming now. Oop. So I will do all of this lot since it's going to be for a 2-week time period. And I know this is a retrograde, but I'm feeling like there is going to be like massive amounts of good stuff for couples that are already together. Like I said, don't break up, because like really good stuff is coming in now. I mean, seriously good stuff. So don't leave a relationship right now at all, because like great stuff is coming to you. Just looking for these. These, those, and those. All right. Hello, Dima. Last time I'll be using my Halloween tarot deck for probably the next year. Oh, cards popping out right at my little kitty, who's always so naughty on all my videos, and now the cards are flying at her. Karma. Libra season seen a lot of people getting back their karma, didn't it? Cards are flying out every which direction. Look, the High Priestess, I was talking about the Star, and I was also talking about a lot of stuff coming, a lot of information coming out. Cards are flipping like crazy. So sorry. This reading, though it is set for the end of October through November, it actually, whenever you come across this reading, it will be meant for you then. It just takes me a while to shuffle out all the cards in, doesn't it? So, strings upside down. I see. Ba, ba. I don't know why I'm singing. I do apologize. Okay. Let's hope they pop out quick. So we can get on with the reading of the fact. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I'm tired. Good. Pisces, the moon. So yeah, just as I was talking about, you've got the Nine of Cups here. And then you've got the Two of Swords and Pisces, the moon. So don't break up with anybody right now and don't let exes in, because you've got, like, the relationship that you're in. If you're in a relationship right now, keep that right now going, because it is going to be bringing some good stuff to you. And you are, this is the card of Gemini. It could be Libra and it could be Aquarius, but the star highlights things that need to be known. And it looks like this could come from the air signs, mutable air being Gemini. This is very specific, but it still can be Libra or Aquarius as well. Okay, this one. They're upside down. I was trying to turn them right side up, and they don't need to be. Okay, we've got, there's just it's a lot more fear than anything. Don't grip onto someone just because, it feels like it should be, or for right now because, of any kind of fear patterns going on. The thing is, this moment in time is not a great one to be going back to exes. And exes show up pretty heavy in Scorpio Mercury retrogrades. So be aware of that. If they left you high and dry and in a lot of pain, or you had to leave them because they were nasty to you, leave them alone. And we've even got right here in the recent past the Scorpio, Queen of Cups, and she's represented by the Scorpio, because the King of Cups would be Cancer because that's the cardinal sign. She's the fixed sign, fixed water sign, and there she is. Three of Fire, abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. And that is going directly into what I've been saying. Don't break up with anybody. Don't get back together with anybody. We've got the Page of Swords, bringing a lot of information. Like, there's going to be a lot of truth and a lot of information brought to you in Scorpio season. And it's starting now with both the Sun and the Moon in Scorpio. However, throughout this retrograde and this season, there's going to be a lot of truth revealed. And then we jump right to another water sign, represented in this by mermaids. Gosh, I love mermaids. And this is fear. This is the Two of Swords and the Moon together. This is a great deal of fear with but the Nine of Waters is wishes coming true. This is the Nine of Cups. So whatever you're fearing, whatever you're manifesting in your fear is what you're going to get, especially at this time. It's really going to come to you. Like, we manifest a lot faster than we used to. And then the star is 17. And that is a significant number numerologically for a lot of people. So I really felt I needed to say it. Do be careful, like I said again, of exes coming back. And I feel that these are air signs. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, that could be sneaking on the horizon, and you need to leave them alone. These three at this time, if you are a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, understand that you are going to hear a lot of information, and a lot of things have come to pass that are going. I hear to say that Gemini, Aquarius, Libra are going to be the ones tested most during this retrograde, with honor and commitment. And because this is in the emotional sign of Scorpio, it's going to be incredibly intense on the air signs. And they're the ones going to be highlighted for truth. Oh, where'd the bag go? Okay, so now we will lay down the love cards. You guys just be careful. Everybody, whatever your sign is, be careful. We've got a lot of signs here. We've got the King of Pentacles. This could be a Capricorn. Now, this is represented by a Capricorn, but it could be Taurus and Virgo as well. So we've got water, air, and earth here. And do we have a fire? Oh, we do. No, we've got water, air, and earth in a lot of this. Now, this is not saying if you're a fire sign that this does not include you. It very well could. It does represent you too. It's just that at this time, whoever is hearing this reading, you are hearing this reading about someone probably in your life. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, for both here and here. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, and Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus here. And then we end up with more water. There could be a Leo with the Strength card. We've got the Queen of Earth, also Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got Balance. That would be Temperance. That's Sagittarian energy. So we've got two of them here. We've got the Star. There's a great deal. There's a fire sign here for everything. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So everybody's represented here. And everybody is going to get a little serving and dose of some truth, whether you like it or not. So a lot of what you've been wondering will occur and happen within this next few weeks, within this retrograde, is going to be coming out now. Scorpio is known for bringing out the truth. Okay, so, right. Almost done. Let me lay down the last cards and we will really give this a nice, good go over. It looks like, though, this energy can be very harsh. We've got Judgment upside down. And that would be true in retrograde season, wouldn't it? And this is over the Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra card. I just heard unbearable sins coming to light. So, manipulation. Manipulation is done most by the air signs. Mental manipulation. Okay. So, this may just, what I'm feeling with this reading is that this is covering the whole retrograde. Of course, I'll probably do a reading at the end of the retrograde, last week of the retrograde, but you can pretty much say that this is probably covering the whole of the retrograde. Okay. All right, so calling in your soulmate. Okay. So we have got the Nine of Pentacles. It's a slow-moving energy from this water sign. So it's going to be slow-moving that we get our secrets and our truths coming out. But it is going to come. And we've got, and this is in the recent past. So we just actually, and that's interesting, because the 28th is when the new moon started. Depending on where you're at, between the 27th and 28th is when the new moon started. And it started in Scorpio. And it is continuing to be in Scorpio today. So this is the very intense time. Calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So before the retrograde, the manifestations were starting. So you had this small window of the last few days of manifestation with Scorpio being in both planets. We've got Nine of Water, Nine of Cups. We've already talked about this. And we've also got the king, the Knight of Cups upside down. So that right there is even more water, and that fits with Scorpio. This is not the time to break up with someone or get back together with someone. This right now is the time to leave that alone. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Addictions can come in many different forms. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you shared with those you love. So I don't think that's even talking about passing away, but that is talking about the energy of don't break anything or start anything like that with an ex right now. The star, happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. So you're doing fine. You're on the right path, and this was your wish comes true, concerns fade away, love of life. So if don't break off what seems to be going bad right now because of retrograde, because it's not what you think it is. It isn't actually codependency. I mean, addictions can come in many forms, but I mean, things are going so bad. What you're seeing is the shadows of yourself reflected in these people. So we've got the long-term plans on the right path with the high priestess illuminating and revealing all the truth. She is the goddess. You draw down the moon. And then we have got Gemini or Aquarius or Libra. So sorry. With a judgment over them, saying that if that right now Mercury is the rules over Virgo and Gemini. So with the upside down judgment, your judgment is not clear. So, like I said, I have to say this again. Leave any exes alone that try to come back. Don't do it. Please hear me here. Because you've even got the new love card. Leave them alone. Also, do not break up at this time. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Do you see my... It's all kind of fitting in there. Beware of what you're projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflections. Just like I just said, this is the shadow of yourself. So anything you're seeing, leave it alone. And certainly don't go back to anybody right now. Balance. Archangel Zedekiel. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation, and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. Two of Swords. So there's going to be, as you wait for this perfect timing, as the retrograde ends, there's going to be a lot of decisions you need to make. And the Princess of Pentacles upside down, you won't have the stability to make those decisions until after the retrograde is over. And when you make your decisions after the retrograde is over, they will be firm, solid decisions. Right now, anybody in your life, get to know them. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So right now is the time to get to know each other, to move slow, to have, that honeymoon period where you're not stressed out about what's going to happen, what's going to come. You just find love, romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. So the person that you're with, okay, just love them right now. Get to know. It's really a good reading despite this going into a retrograde in this retrograde cycle. It will not be a bad retrograde cycle. The shadow of the retrograde I kept hearing, and I kept hearing this all day today. It's like the bark is worse than the bite is what's going on. So the retrograde's actually going to be good as long as you adhere to two things that I've said over and over again. And I know this is probably getting old. Don't go back to exes and don't break up with anybody. Because once the retrograde's over, you're going to go back to that ex and you're going to be like, the hell am I doing here? I need to get out of here. And you will leave them. But if you don't break up with anybody after the retrograde, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so glad I hung on to you. I love you so much. So it may get a little bit rocky, but I don't see it's going to be that bad even. It's not even going to be that bad. It's actually going to be a beautiful time of blooming, learning, cherishing each other, finding new stuff with each other. This is going to be a really good time, believe it or not, even though it's a retrograde. And even after the retrograde, it's going to be even better. So for the clarification for all of this, Queen of Earth, thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. strength. So this could be Leo, but I also see this as strength in convictions and not giving up when you could be. So we've got the Eight of Cups. You're not going to be walking away from this relationship because of that, we've got the Ace of Cups. Everything's going to be really good. If you want to still get back together with that ex after the retrograde is over, playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner playful spirit to have fun and shine. Also, this is for couples that are together now. Just have that playfulness. Let your fun shine. Try not to make anything too serious. If things get rough at all, try to make a joke out of it right now. Try to be polite and playful. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So if you do go back to the ex right now during the retrograde, um, it will expand your understanding, but your understanding after the retrograde is going to be a pretty good knock on the head. So be careful of what you do right now. Love that person you're with all of your heart because they are for you. I do not see this as a bad retrograde. A lot of good stuff coming to light more than bad stuff. And I think everything's going to be okay. I hope you have a bright, blessed next couple of weeks. Oh, my mouse went. And I hope that everything's great for you during the retrograde. Have a bright, blessed day.